In this video, I'm going to show the low aerosol experiment for the cloud in a bottle cloud brightening experiments. So you'll see here we have the setup with the flashlight on. The room lights are now turned off. What we're going to do is we're going to first add about a ½ ounce of water to give the bottle some moisture and swish that around. After that, for the low aerosol experiment, we're going to do 3 sprays of hairspray into the bottle, and then we're going to quickly cap or plug the bottle with our tire valve and rubber stopper plug. Again, it's nice to kind of have this already attached to your bike hand pump. That way they kind of work together to keep the seal tight, as well as to pull out the rubber plug when you're ready to do so. So when we do plug it, we're going to pump it 15 times with the air pump. That's what I found creates high pressure in this bottle, but not too high where you're risking it exploding. But that's 15 pumps with this hand pump. If you have a different hand pump, then you're going to want to kind of cautiously experiment to figure out how many pumps it takes to highly pressurize your bottle. Okay, so all right, so what I also wanted to mention is when we do create the cloud, we're going to quickly get the reading of what the reflectance is from the lux meter. And then we're going to let the bottle sit there until the cloud completely dissipates. And then we're going to get the recording of what the bottle looks like or reflects without the cloud in it. That way we know, because spraying the hairspray in there will get some material on the outer edge of the interior of the bottle. So we want to make sure we factor that in when we capture the reflectance of just the bottle and compare it to the reflectance of the bottle with the cloud inside. Okay, so we are going to put in a ½ ounce of water. This is just room temperature water, tap water. Add that to our bottle and just kind of swish around so that the interior surface area gets some moisture on it. And then we're going to spray 3 times with the hairspray and then quickly cap. And we're going to kind of push down to make sure we have a good seal while we pump 15 times, and then quickly move to the area where we will record. Okay, come on in here. And we can see that the recording was about 36, 37 at its peak. So we will write that down and wait until the cloud fully dissipates. Again, this is so we then get a reading of what the bottle would reflect without the cloud in there. And of course that reflectance would be subject to not just the bottle, but also to that hairspray being kind of stuck to the inside. So we just want to be able to eliminate that factor. It does take a little while for the cloud to dissipate. So you could set this aside and perhaps run another trial in your classroom, but you would just want to make sure that you keep your trials and which bottle you use for those trials clearly noted in your notes. So maybe you could even write with a dry erase marker somewhere on the bottom of the bottle what trial you're on. That way you can come back to it and keep everything organized. So let's just take a kind of a look here. Now it looks like the cloud is out and the kind of shadowy effect is more from just the aerosol. So let's get a reading, or sorry, the hairspray aerosol. So let's go ahead and get a reading of what the bottle is. Or sorry, what the bottle is, yes, correct, without the cloud in it. So it looks like we're about at equilibrium between 30 and 31. So go ahead and write that down. So compared to what the reading was with the cloud in it, which was about 36 or 37, without it was about 30 or 31, we can see that the cloud induced about a 6 lux increase for the low aerosol experiment. So again, run this experiment for at least 4 trials in your classroom, up to 10. You probably don't need much more data than that. And then in the next video, we're going to show the high aerosol experiment.